morning everyone. Hope you all are good and safe at home. We are doing partial fractions. We learned two procedures. One is when the linear factors are different. Another one is when linear factors are repeating. We already did two cases in previous three videos. Now let's do one more question. When factors are there, but one factor is sin x, another factor is cos x, and but you are watching that here is sin x derivative is cos x, and cos x derivative is minus sin x. Both are not available in the numerator. So now what to do with these kind of questions? Now multiply and divide numerator and denominator with sin x. Why I am multiplying with sin x? I will explain after this step. If I will multiply or divide, it becomes sin x dx. Another one is sin square x, 3 plus 2 cos x. Okay. Now, why I have multiplied with sin x? Because here I am getting sin square x, and sin square x is nothing, it is 1 minus cos square x. But you are watching, in denominator we have two factors with cos x. We have two factors with cos x, and now we have numerator with sin x. That sin x, it's a derivative of cos x. Now we can substitute cos. So it is only possible when we have one sine or cos x or one trigonometric function is in denominator and its derivative available in the numerator. Or it can be possible derivative is available but function can or cannot be available. So just because of derivative, we are just thinking the derivative of which function is this. So we are substituting that function is equals to t, that we learned in previous video. So same thing we'll do here, but first of all in question there was two trigonometric functions, sine and cos in denominator, and there was only a constant function. That means if nothing is there, that means 1 was in numerator. So it was not possible because sin x derivative is cos x and cos x derivative is minus sin x. So which function we have to substitute? We cannot reach on this solution. So we multiply on both sides, multiply and divide with numerator and denominator. Okay, numerator, multiply and divide with sin x, or we can write multiply numerator and denominator with sin x. Okay, multiply and divide with sin x. Now if we are multiplying with sin x in numerator and multiplying with denominator, because here we are getting sin square x, and sin square x we can apply the formula 1 minus cos square x. Now we have cos in denominator and sin in numerator, and what we are watching that sin x is a derivative of cos x. So we can substitute cos x is equals to t and its derivative sin x dx is equals to dt. Now this type of function, whenever sin and cos are in denominator and there is nothing which is available, that means only constant is available in numerator. In that case, if cos is outside and sin is with some constant, so we will multiply and divide with cos x in that case. If outside is cos x and inside is 3 plus 2 sin x, in that case we will multiply with cos x, because it's easy to form cos square x. Now here it's easy to form sin square x. By multiplying and divide we can easily form sin square x. And if you have just like cos x 5 plus 7 sin x, in that case instead of sin square x, cos square x is easy to form by just multiplying and divide with cos x. So it's depend upon question to question with which trigonometric ratio you have to multiply and divide. So it's quite easy. Just remember one thing, that you have to form cos square x. We have to form sin square x, because sin square x is 1 minus cos square x, cos square x is 1 minus sin square x. We can easily transform because squares formula is available. We have available. So just by substituting, what we'll get, I is equals to dt whole upon 1 minus t square into 3 plus 2t. Now 1 minus t square, a square minus b square's formula is applicable. It is 1 minus t 1 plus t, 3 plus 2t. Now we have three functions and three factors, and these are three different factors. So we can apply partial fractions here by taking a upon first factor plus b upon second factor plus c upon third factor. So 1 upon 1 minus t, 1 plus t, 3 plus 2t is equals to a upon 1 minus t, b upon 1 plus t plus c upon 3 plus 2t. We can apply, and now here after taking LCM, can we get the values of a, b and c? We are just finding it out. So after taking LCM, what we are getting? A into 1 plus t into 3 plus 2t plus b into 1 minus t into 3 plus 2t and plus c into 1 minus t into 1 plus t, which is 1 minus t square, and denominator will cut out with denominator, and after LCM we'll get this thing. If you don't know about the procedure how this occur, you can watch the previous 3 videos in which I have explained the procedure. You can easily watch, and then you will understand then how this step will occur. Now if we will multiply 3 plus 2t plus 3t, which is 5t plus 2t square, b into 3 plus 2t minus 3t, which is t minus t plus 2t, it is minus 2t square, plus c into 1 minus t square. 1 3 is 3, 1 2 is 2, 2t minus 3t, which is minus t minus 2t square. 3 1s are 3, 2t plus 3t, 5t, 2t square. Okay. Now, now we'll take common t square, t and constant. Now t square, what is inside? 2a minus 2b minus c, and whenever we'll take t as common, inside we'll get 5a minus b, and what is the constant term we'll get? 3a plus 3b plus c. Okay, now here we have constant term 1. We don't have any term that means we don't have any term of t and as well as t square. So what we'll assume? 0t square plus 0t. Now can we compare the coefficients? T square's coefficient, here it is minus 2a minus 2b minus c, and here's t square coefficient is 0. And again here t's coefficient is 5a minus b, and here's t coefficient is 0. Then constant term is 3a plus 3b plus c, and here's the constant term is 1. From here we can get the value of b. b is equals to 5a. We'll substitute here as well. 2a minus 2 into 5a, 5 2s are 10, which is minus 10b minus c equals to 0. And if we here we'll substitute, 5 3s are 15a plus c equals to 1. 18a plus c equals to 1, and here we have minus 8. This is a bache, because we are substituting the value of b, which is 5a, 5 2s are 10. So it is minus 8a minus c equals to 0. Now we have two equations with a and c. We can solve it out and find a and c. Minus a minus 8a minus c equals to 0. 18a plus c equals to 1. It is 10a equals to 1. A is equals to 1 by 10. If a is equals to 1 by 10, we can substitute the value. We can substitute here and find the value of b, which is 1 by 2, and we can find the value of c. C is equals to minus 8a. It is minus 4 by 5. Now we can substitute in the function I, and we can get the integration, after applying the integration formula, we can get the answer. The question was, it was dt 1 minus t 1 plus t and 3 plus 2t. It is equals to a upon, what is it, 1 by 10 1 minus t dt plus b, what is b, b upon 1 plus t dt plus c, what is c, c is minus 4 by 5, minus 4 by 5 1 upon 3 plus 2t dt. A upon 1 minus t plus b upon 1 plus t plus c upon 3 plus 2t. Hanji. Now its answer is log of 1 minus t, and here we have already taken the integration of 1 upon x. Now what is the now the first function integrates second function onwards, differentiate, we follow the chain rule, and differentiation of 1 minus t, it is minus 1 and it comes in denominator, plus 1 by 2 log of 1 plus t, and its derivative is 1. So if there is nothing, that means it is 1, denominator is 1. If you want to write, then you can. For your convenience, if you want to write 1, you can write. So minus 4 by 5, again it is log of 3 plus 2 t, and of course its derivative is 2, will write in denominator, plus c, and after that we'll substitute the value of t here. But what was we assumed t was equals to sine, it was cos x. So put t is equals to cos x and we'll get the answer. Hope this question is clear. After substituting t, if you will not substitute the value of t, will not getting the answer in terms of x, then of course half mark or half to 1 mark will be deducted. Remember this thing, I am repeating once again, even I have explained in previous video as well. The given variable, we have to give the answer in given variable only, because the given variable is x, so we need to give the answer in x only. If we are giving the answer in t, half to 1 mark will be deducted for the last step. So please, after doing all the calculations, just remember you have to substitute t once again cos x. So our answer will be in cos x. After substituting t, now we'll get the answer. Hope this question is clear. Let's do one more question. The next question will based on the last criteria of partial fraction. Whenever we already did 2 criteria, one was the linear factors were different, another was the linear factors were repeating, third one was when we don't have linear factor, that means whenever the variable's power will be more than 1. In that case we have factors, but that factor is not linear. Linear means whenever the variable's power is 1. But in next question you will watch that the variable's power is greater than 1. In that case, what we have to do, how can we take the partial fractions? Let's learn. Now in this question we have 2x upon x square plus 1 x square plus 2. Now what you are watching, that factors are available, but these are not linear factors. So here x power is, variable's power is 2, and here again variable's power is 2. It is not necessary that if the two factors are coming, then both will be not your linear factors. Here both are not linear factors. It can be I am taking one example. That question can in this form as well, x square plus a x plus b. So but factors are different. Here this is linear factor, this is not linear factor. So what we have to do in this case, whenever power 2 is there, that means the factor is not a linear factor. In that case, we have to do is, we have to take 1 upon x square plus a into x plus b. So whenever the factor is not linear, in that that case you have to take two constants a and b, ax plus b and upon x square plus a, because sort of its derivative is in the form of whenever x square is there, so its derivative is 2x. So constant term 2x plus some constant can occur. So x square plus x plus 2 is there, then its derivative is 2x plus x 2x plus 1. So sort of this thing you can, this is just for remember this thing, that whenever the factor is not linear, in that case you have to assume in the form of ax plus b. That means sort of its derivative. So ax plus b, and another factor is different factor, so c upon x plus b, that we already did in previous videos. So whenever the factor is different and it is linear, we have to take one constant upside and upon this factor, this linear factor. But whenever the linear factor is not there, we have to take ax plus b. Or in case if you have x cube plus ax square plus ax plus b, or plus b. If one factor is this, another factor is this, and you cannot find the factors here. You cannot find, that means you cannot spread it out. In that case, what you have to assume, it we have to take up that means in numerator it is ax square plus bx plus c. We need to take sort of its derivative, we have to take upside. So its derivative should be, because x cube's derivative should be 3x square. So instead of 3x square we are taking ax square plus bx plus c. There here three constants are there, and of course if another factor is there, make sure its splitting is not possible in that case. Well, till in this book, in this textbook, if I will find any question regarding any question like this, then I will dictate it on the board as well. But first of all we'll do this type of question whenever we have x square plus 1, that means this is not a linear factor, this is not a linear factor. I already told you what happened. Whenever linear factor is not there, we have to take ax plus b upon that factor which is not linear. This is quadratic factor. And plus if linear factor is there, then as we did in previous videos, we need to take one constant c upon x plus b. Make sure whenever, sometime, even in previous question, the last question that we did, we had x square minus 1. So it's possible to make the factors, to make the linear factors from x square minus 1, because one is x minus 1, another one is x plus 1. We can spread it out. If we are having one factor with power 2 or 3, first of all we'll spread it out. If splitting is possible, in that case first of all do the splitting. If that case is here we are getting the different linear factor, so different linear factors partial fraction will be applicable. If in case you have x cube minus 1 in denominator x cube minus 1, then its factor is x minus 1, x square plus x plus 1. Of course this one is linear factor, and it's again fractions are that means its splitting is not possible. If its splitting is not possible, that means this is another factor which is not linear. This is quadratic factor. So one we are getting linear factor, another we are getting quadratic factor. So first of all split the function. If that function can split, in that case we need to apply whichever the procedure is applicable, whichever the partial fraction is applicable. But here you are watching that we have x square plus 1. We cannot spread it out. That means we cannot make linear factors from x square plus 1. And same with the case of x square plus 2. So remember this thing, whenever the quadratic factors are there, quadratic or more than power 2, that means here's the maximum power is 2, here's the maximum power is 3. If you have cases like this thing, so in that case remember, first of all split the function if splitting is possible, then whatsoever will get the factors, then accordingly will apply the partial fractions criteria. If splitting is not possible in this case, like in this case, then what we have to do, x upon x square plus 1 into x square plus 2. Of course, we have to take first vector x square plus 1 and its derivative sort of will be in the form of ax plus b. So ax plus b upon x square plus 1, and second vector is x square plus 2, and again its derivative should be in the form of cx plus d. We cannot repeat the constants. If we have taken a and b here, then we have to take c and d or any other constant that you want to take, e, f, g, h, any other, but constant cannot be repeated in the same question. So after taking LCM, what we'll get plus cx plus d into x square plus 1 whole upon x square plus 1 into x square plus 2, and here we are having 2x upon x square plus 1 into x square plus 2. Denominator will cut out with denominator, and here we are having 2x equals to, will multiply, it is ax cube plus 2ax. Okay, after multiplication I have already done the calculation. I am just writing directly the calculations. So we have this equation after doing multiplication. I have already done the calculation. So if you want how this come, you can do the multiplication after that. Taking x cube as common, you will get this thing. Taking x square as common, then x as common, you will get this whole stuff. Now but you are watching that x cube's term is not here, so we'll write it 0x cube plus 0x square plus 2x, and constant is not here, is it plus 0, but we are writing. Now we'll compare the coefficients. A plus c equals to 0. X cube's coefficient is a plus c, here it is 0. Another one is b plus t, which is again 0 because here's x cube's coefficient is 0. Here's x coefficient is 2a plus c, and here x coefficient is 2 and constant is 2p plus d, and is equals to 0. Now what you are watching, we have two equations with a and c and two equations with b and d. You can use substitution criteria, elimination criteria, any of the criteria, and get the values of a, b and c. I am directly writing the values of a, b and c. We have a is equals to 2, a is equals to 2, b is equals to 0, c is equals to minus 2, and d is equals to, again we are getting 0. So after applying any of the criteria, the substitution or elimination, you can find it. Now we have a, b, c, d, so we need to find its integration. And in place of a we'll write 2 and b is 0. 2x plus 0, it is 2x, and cx plus d. What is c? It is minus 2x, and d is 0. And d is 0. This plus minus minus, when this sign will go outside, it becomes minus sign with negative sign. Now what you are watching, function's derivative. X square plus 1, its derivative is 2x. X square plus 2, its derivative is 2x. In denominator function is here, and in numerator its derivative is available. So its integration is log of x square plus 1, and its derivative is log of x square plus 2. Here I am not using modulus symbol just because x square is already positive. Square of any variable is positive, and plus 1. Whenever we are adding in a positive number, it's positive. So if we are taking modulus or not taking modulus hardly matters because it's already positive. So we no need to worry. We can take this bracket as well. Minus log of x square plus c, x square plus 2 plus c, and log m minus log n. The property will be applicable, log m by n plus c. Hope the question is clear. Whenever the factors are linear, first case we did when the factors are linear and different. Another case we did that factors are linear but repeating. The third case we did the factors are quadratic, or that means whose power are not linear, that means it can be quadratic, it can be whose power can be 3. So we did 3 criteria. If you have any problem, you can contact me up. Till then, stay home, be happy. Thank you so much.